Hey guys, what's up? Today's video is going to be a video on contouring. I had asked you ladies what type of videos you would like to see, and the contour video was the one that was the most requested, and that's the one that I chose to do today. I will have your requests done. I'm just going to start with this one because this is the easiest for me. So again, I'm just going to do a contour video showing you how I achieve this contoured look. It's not the right way, it's just my way. It's the way I like to contour, just to make my face look a lot thinner and just emphasize some features on my face. So I am going to show you different products throughout the video and different brushes or alternatives that you can use. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you want to learn how I contour my face, then just keep on watching. The first step to achieve a perfect contour is your foundation. You want to use a foundation that is as close to your skin tone as possible. In this case, I will be using this liquid foundation by BH Cosmetics, and I am in the color medium olive. These foundations are ridiculously cheap. They run for about $3, and they have a large variety of selections, and they're pretty good. I would say they're about medium coverage. So I would highly encourage you to try out BH Cosmetics liquid foundation. Now, I will be giving you several options of what to use and how you can apply your foundation. I personally like to apply it with a flat top kabuki brush or something that is close to it. This one is just a little bit more like tilted, and this allows me to get right into every little, space of my face. I can go around my eyebrows since I already did them, underneath my eyes. I love this little foundation brush. This is similar to the Real Techniques, but this is not the actual brand. It's an off brand. I got this off of eBay for about $1 or something, and honestly, it's the same thing as the Real Techniques. It's just a lot cheaper. The second brush that you can also use is a stippling brush, and this one I like to use it just when my other brushes are clean. This is very precise, and it has a very flawless type of finish to it. You just want to make sure that you blend everything correctly because sometimes it can get a little bit streaky. Last option, which is my favorite, is the blending brush. If you guys have seen my other videos, you've seen me use this tons of times. I love this because it gives your skin a natural finish and it gives it that dewy finish. I love to use this for my concealer especially because at the pointed part it lets me get right into the under eye and right into my tear duct. So I love this product. This is kind of pricey for a sponge. It's about $20. Honestly though, it's worth every penny. So let's start with applying the foundation. I'm going to be using about 1 to 2 pumps of my foundation. Again, it just depends how much coverage you want. This might be a little bit darker than my skin tone, and the reason that being is because I want to match the foundation to my neck. Your face will always be lighter than your neck due to the fact that we wash our face, we exfoliate. So it's always going to be a lot lighter than your neck. So when you're looking for a foundation, you always want to match it to your neck. And it looks like I'm going to need about 1 pump more. With this other pump, I'm also going to blend that down to my neck, just so there's no obvious line between where my foundation ends and then my neck. Okay, so everything is nice and blended now. Let's move on to the second step. Now, after I've applied my foundation, if I am not wearing any eyeshadow, which I will not be doing today, I will use my concealer. Now, when you use a concealer, if you want it for the purpose of highlighting, you always want to get a concealer that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin, because that's just going to make it look a lot more brighter and it's going to bring out the features that we are wanting to emphasize. My absolute favorite concealer that I discovered a couple of months ago, and I seriously have not put this baby down, is the Instant Age Rewinder, and this is in the color Neutral or Neutralizer, that's the name of it. As you can see, it's about halfway down. I love this product. Not only is it creamy, but it's very almost like thick, but not thick enough that it's going to cake on your face. It glides on so smoothly, and I love the color because it does have yellow undertones, which is perfect for my skin color. After you've chosen your concealer, again, I'm going to use this one, so I'm just going to click it a couple of times and the product just comes out through this little sponge. Now what I like to do is I take it underneath my eyes, and I do have a couple of veins that I want to cover up here, so I take it up there and then I bring it down to about right there, and then I do this little triangle. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Then we're going to do our chin, the middle of our forehead, down the bridge of our nose, a little bit on here, and that's it. So that's what I like to do to highlights. Obviously you do not have to use this much products, but if you do, just make sure that you're blending everything perfectly. Again, for this method I will be using my beauty blender because I find that this absorbs any extra concealer that's not supposed to be on there, and it just blends it beautifully. So my beauty blender is already damp, and let's go ahead and blend away. Once you get near your tear duct area, what you can do is you can just squeeze it, and it's just going to go a little bit flat, and then just use the pointed part to blend everything away. So once you've blended your concealer out, the next step is to apply bronzer. So I know that this looks scary because it's really light, but I promise that as soon as we apply our bronzer, everything's going to just come together. So let's move on to that. So I want to give you several options of some bronzers that work perfectly for me and that I love to use to contour. The first one is the Bahama Mama bronzer. This is by The Balm, and I love this one. It has been my favorite. I've literally been using it non-stop. It's a matte finish, so it's not going to be shimmery whatsoever. My second favorite is this Sun and Bronzer by NYC, and it also is a matte finish, so it's not going to do any shimmer or anything like that. And another one that you guys probably have seen in tons of my videos is my e.l.f. Contour and Blush little palettes. And I love this bronzer. It's also matte. As you can see, it's kind of a trend of mine. I don't like to use any shimmer to contour. I think it just looks a little bit awkward. So if you do want to contour, remember to use a matte. That's probably going to look the best. And yeah, I love this bronzer, and it's only $3, so you cannot go wrong with that. Next, and really quickly, I wanted to show you guys two options of brushes that I personally like to use when I contour. This is a flat brush, which I've been using so much to contour, and this is just a really small brush that has really small bristles, and they're really tight, so it's going to get right into the hollows of your cheeks. I seriously use this stuff to contour all the time. I'm obsessed with it, and this actually came in a pack of about 15 brushes. The brand is called 6 Plus, and I got it off of eBay. Super cheap too. So I love this brush. The second brush, you've also seen it in my other videos. It's my Sigma brush, and this is a large angled contour. It's the F40. You don't exactly have to have this brush because Sigma brushes can be a little bit pricey, but if you have anything that is kind of like angled, I think that would work perfectly. The way I like to start to contour my face is using this brush with my Bahama Mama bronzer, and I just kind of pick it up all the way around. So just kind of like that, and then tap off any excess. And then what I am going to do is start with my cheeks. As you can see, it's kind of naturally indented there, but we want to make that a lot more obvious. So we want to start at the top of your ear, so just right about here. To just pull my hair back and just start applying it. You want to be light-handed. I know it looks really dark, but I promise it's not as dark as it looks. And you just want to, like I said, be light-handed with this, because you can always put more if you want it a little bit harsher. And then with that same brush, just push it upwards. So if you look at my face, you can definitely see that this is a lot more slimmer than this side of my face. So let's just go ahead and do the same thing to this side. With that same brush, I'm just dipping it back into my Bahama Mama bronzer, and then I'm just going to carve out where my temples are, right around there. And this is where, you know, the shadows of the sun would hide your features. So we are hiding this and emphasizing this. And you kind of want to do like a C type of motion. Okay. Now, to contour my nose, which I always do, I promise you that once you start to contour, and if you're contouring your nose, you cannot live without it. I always do this. It's a must step for me. So with that same bronzer, and I just use this, it's like a pencil brush that's really, really small. And what I will do is just put it at one end, and then I follow the natural lines of the side of my nose, which you can feel the ridges of your bones. And just go downwards, making small strokes, and then bringing it up, and I usually tuck it right underneath my brow bone. And again, do the same thing to the other side. Once you've done that, at the bottom, you just want to do a line. That way this will look a lot more perfect. So now we are going to blend everything out. What I am going to use is my NYC bronzer and just a blush brush that you may have. And we are just going to pick up some of that product and then just start to apply it where you contoured. Try not to get rid of that line, and just blend everything out. And before I apply my blush or anything else, what I like to do is I just like to go in with that stippling brush, and I just kind of go all over my face to make sure that I didn't miss any harsh lines or anything like that, because we don't want to show that we were contouring our face. So once you've had everything nice and blended, the last step is to apply your blush, and this is optional. You can just keep it nice and bronzy. I like to just apply a little bit more color to my face. The blush I am using today is by Fit Me, or actually by Maybelline, but it's by that Fit Me brand or whatever you call it. And this is in the color, don't think it has, medium coral, and it's just a peachy color with some gold undertones. And again, with a blush brush, we are going to apply that right here. You don't want to apply it all the way up here, because then that's going to get in the way of our concealer. So just apply that. Now the last thing that I like to do to just bring the whole face together is a luminizer, and this step is also optional. I like to do it because I feel like once I apply my luminizer to the tops of my cheeks, it makes my face look a lot more youthful. It gives it that glow, and it just makes it look so gorgeous. So we'll be using another one of the e.l.f.'s palettes. This is called Golden Bronzer, and as you can see, it just has 4 different shades, and I just like to use this brush, which is a little bit pointed, and then I swirl it around, and then I just apply it right here. And then you can put it a little bit on the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow. This is the final result after we've contoured and highlighted and applied our blush and our highlighter and blended pretty much everything together. The last thing that we need to just make this whole face complete is our eyeliner and our falsies, if you are using any. So I will go ahead and apply those now, and I'm back. I already applied my lashes, and then I also applied my liner. I am wearing also a lipstick. This is the Milani lipstick in Flamingo Rose. It's a gorgeous color. I thought it went perfect with my top. So this is a final look, guys. Again, I'm just showing you some tips and tricks that I like to do to contour my face. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope you guys like them. If you do, don't forget to thumbs up this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, just so you can be updated of further and future videos. So that is everything that I have for you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.